So we bought Netflix around 1190 something. It's up 1205. We caught all of that. Killing it right now. Profit from Netflix team. It's the type of shit we do. You heard right here. This motherfucker still going up. It's 1205.77. And then we're gonna go in the buy once we find a trend. Even if we don't buy today, we just gonna do a lot of studying and learning. You feel me? So again, I got a few things on my radar, you know what I mean, that I'm looking at that are moving right now. You know what I mean? I see Uber is on an uptrend. You feel me? Like the market, the way the charts move is in like a wave. Y'all could kind of see it coming like right here. It's going, you know what I mean? And now it's trying to shoot up. It's going to create a higher high. That's what I see with this one. This is Uber. The contracts for Uber is cheap. We could enter that. You know what I mean? Let's move on to something else. So again, how I look at the charts, right? This is on a 5-minute candle right here. You know what I mean? And on a 1-day chart, right? So these are the 5-minute candles. It hasn't came to the breakout point. Like it's kind of still in the middle with everything. So again, the entry point for me over here would have been below 93. You know what I mean? And it would have broke out past 94, like how I was trying to tell y'all yesterday. So again, you draw the lines. You got the line at the top, you want a line in the middle, and you want a line at the bottom. You feel me? You want the stock to come down first, then tap into that zone. Like kind of like how it did over here. Indications that it was breaking through that second line. Once it taps into the zone of this upper space right here, guys, that's an indication for you to buy, you know what I mean, on an uptrend. If it was a downtrend, it would be reversed, you know what I mean? So it would be coming from up here down into your downtrend zone, which would be a put, you feel me? So again, your lines would be at an angle. Everything is at a 45-degree angle, you know what I mean? You're gonna see where it could meet on a chart, you feel me? You wanna look out into the chart, days, even weeks. You could put the timer on a day ticker and go to the week ticker and you could get a good feel too. Let's go to another chart, right? This is Lyft I'm about to go to. So Lyft is, as y'all can see over here, it took a downtrend, you feel me? Right now it's creating higher highs. So these points right here is creating higher highs, you know what I mean? It was creating lower lows. This was what created the downtrend. It didn't break a high. So right now, like I said, would I consider this still a downtrend? It could possibly come back down, you know what I mean? My evaluation of the stock is worth more than $22 right now, but it's a Thursday. Thursdays usually are typically down days, kind of. So you want to go with the motion of the stock as well. But you can see it's coming in a wave, you know what I mean? It's trying to shoot up. It could possibly do that. This stock is cheap enough that you could buy for a contract that'll last a few weeks and you'll make money on it for sure. So knowing your strike points, knowing your entry points, I wouldn't buy this at 22. I would buy it under 20, you feel me? That would be a good entry point. And then I would draw out my graph and watch it break through. Right now, it's up at the top. So, you know what I mean? I'm waiting for this to downtrend. Let's keep going, y'all. This is Meta. Let's look at Meta, what Meta is doing. I'm just trying to get y'all to get a feel for the charts and see what they're doing. We we're gonna enter a trade. I'm gonna enter a trade with y'all, and y'all gonna see how this shit works. It's gonna be a cheap stock that we can all afford. You know what I mean? That we're gonna be able to jump in together. This is Meta, y'all. Meta opened up at 9:30. It went down. Anytime you see a line that comes down like that, if it's a big line, it'll retrace itself right back up. So that's what this did, which clearly, this is the type of structure that you want to be seeing. You understand what I'm saying, guys? The drop down was the drop out of, see, the strike zone is up here, guys. You know what I mean? It dropped out of the strike zone and then it came back up. Once it tapped back into that zone, that was an indication to buy right here. You don't buy on this candle, you buy on this candle. So when this candle came down over here and it was green, you jump in it and it will ride right into that zone, that breakout zone. If y'all get what I'm saying. Can anybody hear me? Right, so these are the kind of patterns that we want to be looking for. You see this one right here is a downtrend. It's coming down now. After it hit a high, it finds its resistance. So every day your stock will have a high and will have a low. You know what I mean? It will hit its high and then it'll bounce down. It'll hit the floor and then it'll bounce up. So right here is close to the ceiling. That's why it came down. So this is going to downtrend. My projection on where it's gonna go is gonna break right out of this zone and come right back down. But when it comes back down, it's gonna go back up. And when it goes back up, it's gonna break past this zone up here. Because it goes higher too, you know what I mean? That's Meta. Meta should be at 800 or more right now. It's at 783, it had a big drop this year and it came back. So it came back and it passed what it was, what it dropped. You know what I mean? It was at like 760. This shit went to 780. It's at 780 now. Some people might say that's too high. I think that's too low. I think Meta is worth over 800. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna go to Robinhood, right? Another cheap stock. Robinhood is a cheap stock. They're uptrending right now too, right? It's at 122. My evaluation of it, it's worth too much for right now. You know what I mean? So even though it's uptrending because it just came. This 122 high, I think, is a first time high for the year. So that's why we had a drop after it, because that's the first time it probably hit that high. It's gonna pass that for sure. Robinhood is one of them stocks, if you put your money into it, it'll double up. This will go to 200 in a year or something, you know what I mean? Maybe less. But right now, my valuation for Robinhood is at around 118, 117. It sits good around there. My strike entry point would be at 115. So I would enter a Robinhood trade anywhere. If it drops 115, 114, 113, anywhere under 115 is a grab, because you know it's worth more than that. You know what I mean? So again, you seen it came from down here, it went up, you know what I mean? Right now it's showing it's contracting. It seems like the market is squeezing in this little section right here. So let me break it down to y'all. It didn't give us a higher high and it didn't give us a lower low. It stood within this candle frame, you know what I mean? This body, same way as this body stood in that candle frame and this body stood in that candle frame. This one is trying to break out of that frame right here. You know what I mean? So again, so something breaks out of that frame, then we can see a trend. Right now, the candle is not solidified, so we can't identify anything. The market seems like it's squeezing, it's getting tight, it's narrowing, it's moving sideways. So the market only moves three ways. It'll move upward, trend downward, which would be puts, or it'll move sideways, you know, and just stay in support and resistance. Yeah, guys.
I was looking at some puts
Yeah. Yep. Let's look at it. Let's go to Big Bear. I have that on my watch list as well. I think Big Bear AI is so look at this is Big Bear AI. It right here is breaking through, is breaking out. That's the breakout point right here. You could put this line over here. Anytime I will buy Big Bear, I will buy it under $6. You feel me? So if you could get it anywhere under here, bro, under $6. If you could get it in the $5 range, you good. But right now it's uptrending for sure, and it's gonna pass this high. So this high of 626. A put for this one, nah. I think it's gonna come back down after it hits that 630, 628. So you can get a put, but don't get it just yet. Get it when it goes to like 626, because mind you, it's gonna go like a wave. So it's gonna come down, it's gonna go up, and it's gonna come back down. Yeah, but now my evaluation of Big Bear is worth more than that. You know what I mean? You want to check the volume. Look at the volume over here. It's at over 2 million people. You know what I mean? The high for today was at 611. We could let me go to I keep two charts open. I keep my trading view chart, and I keep something else. My Robinhood Legends and shit. So we watching Robinhood Legends right now. I'm gonna show y'all Big Bear AI on the trading view and see what type of action we have going on over there. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, that one is definitely uptrending. I would have got into that trade. That looks pretty good. Yeah, you could ride it up, and you can rinse and repeat. You could get money on the upward and get money on the downward. Definite. Let me see, guys. Let me check this chart out right over here. I want to see Big Bear AI on the trading view. So yeah, it's definitely still going up. They're buying it up right now. So there's a lot of buyers right now. There's no sellers, you know what I mean? And that's a great thing. All of the sellers done sold all of their sales. They made their sales right here. Even though you still in this zone, this is considered a sell zone. You hear what I'm saying, guys? So you don't wanna link